Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the AEW Multiverse, Episode 6. This is the AEW Dark Recap for Week 3, and we're going to kick things off with action between Big Swole and Priscilla Kelly. And this match was a short match, short and sweet. I'd say it was less than 10 minutes. You see Big Swole there hitting the Dirty Dancing, and she gets the 1-2-3 over Priscilla Kelly. And let's go to the replays and watch what happened here in this match. You see Big Swole there with a great Northern Lights suplex, but Kelly tied up in the ropes. Swole with a hurricanrana off of the top rope, locking that in for a pinfall attempt in the middle of the ring. Kelly managing to kick out. Blue Thunder Bomb, center of the ring. And not long after that Blue Thunder came that Dirty Dancing right there. Swole knocking Kelly out for the count and getting on top, getting the pinfall over Darby Allin's wife. 1, 2, and 3.
Here is your winner,
Big Swole standing victorious. And the next match up on our card would involve Pac and the Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid recently trying to ask for answers from the Lucha Bros, asking if they are aligned with Pac or if they still have a friendship with him. Pac, I think, taking extreme offense to the fact that Laredo Kid called Pac a stringy-haired British gremlin. So Pac asking for this match here tonight between himself and the Laredo Kid. And during the match, Pac was firmly in control before this moment. See, Matt Hardy's music hits. So Pac turns around. He's trying to see where Matt Hardy is. And lo and behold, waiting in the ring, that ain't Matt Hardy. That's Darby Allin. Pac had been talking a little trash to Darby Allin. Darby Allin maybe deciding to turnabout's fair play there, getting involved in this match behind the referee's back. Then you see Laredo Kid here over the top rope, hitting that guillotine leg drop on the bottom rope of Pac. Kid going up top. Look at this move off the top rope. Excellent high-risk offensive move by the Laredo Kid. He brought Pac up to his feet, and he hits that standing side kick. Drags him into position and goes for the pinfall attempt. 1, 2, 3. Laredo Kid getting a very surprising win over a dominant force like Pac here tonight. Thanks to that man, Darby Allin, who I don't know if him and Matt Hardy are working together. I'm not sure how the heck, why Matt Hardy's music hit there and then Darby Allin came out, but it was definitely the distraction Laredo Kid needed to get the offensive maneuvers in to eventually get the win. That came at an opportune time in the match, that interference by Darby Allin. And now you see here Laredo Kid standing victorious. Still no answers from Lucha Bros. They have not commented on this. You notice they did not get involved in this match tonight. They're not out here flanking Pac and supporting him. But they also are not out here talking to Laredo Kid. Third match on our card. This was a great match. Trent versus Chris Jericho. You see here outside of the ring, the ref is kicking Santana out of the ring. This is after Trent had hit a crunchy. Trent had went for the pinfall, and Santana pulled Trent out of the ring. And I'm sorry, Santana pulled the ref out of the ring so that the ref could not count to 3. Standing moonsault there by Trent. And Trent goes for the 3 count here. Does not quite get 3 as Le Champion is able to kick out. Best friends coming up. They have a tag team title shot. Oh, look at that. Code breaker. But Jericho too exhausted to go straight for the pin right away. He's on his back. And now Jericho lining up for, everybody knows, the Judas effect. And he rocks that Judas effect. Jericho going for the pin after the Judas effect. 1, 2. Trent finding a way to kick out from the Judas effect. Unbelievable. And that just shows how tough Trent is as he's heading into this tag team championship fight at Fyter Fest. Trent hooks Chris Jericho up for a second crunchy. This is after some interference by Orange Cassidy allowed Trent to get an advantage. Chris Jericho was lined up for a second Judas effect. Orange Cassidy actually getting in the ring, shoving Trent out of the way and taking that Judas effect straight across the chin so that Trent wouldn't have to take a second one. And then Trent inevitably getting the win. And I'm certain that Chris Jericho is probably pretty irked at Orange Cassidy for his involvement in that match. And then our main event tonight, this is Luther versus Kenny Omega in an Extreme Rules match. Kenny Omega wanted a match against a violent individual, and Luther is the man who signed the dotted line and said he would take it. Kenny says he hasn't wrestled in close to a month, and he needs somebody to get him fired up and get him ready before his title defense tomorrow night against Private Party. And this match had everything: chairs, weapons galore. You see Kenny outside of the ring with the chair. He hits Luther in the gut, drops him DDT style. This busts Luther open. I think Luther's better once he gets a taste of his own blood. You see outside the ring here, Luther lighting a table on fire and throwing Kenny Omega straight through that table. Kenny Omega later in the match still able to overcome that flaming table situation, and now Kenny puts him up on his shoulders, and that's like, I don't even know what kind of move that is. It's like similar to a Michinoku driver, but it's off your shoulders, so it's like a Death Valley Michinoku driver. Not sure what to call it, but it was straight through the announcer's table. And then Kenny, right here, calling for Luther to get to his feet. Springboard dropkick off the top rope. Luther smart enough to know he can get pinned if he stays in the ring, so he rolls to the outside. But look at Kenny Omega here. He says, bang, and he's off the ropes and over the top. Tope Suicida. And that hooks him up for the one-winged angel. Kenny Omega hits that one-winged angel. I don't think anybody's kicked out of that yet here in AEW. 1, 2, 3. 3 count. Kenny Omega victorious here in an Extreme Rules match versus Luther. Kenny took a ton of punishment in this match. Went through a flaming table. Took a huge nasty bump off of the ladder onto the guardrail. With the stairs were involved. He was I think power-bombed or pile-driven on the stairs, pile-driven. That sledgehammer you see in the ring, there was a bat used during the match at one point. A lot of violence. Kenny Omega somehow victorious. He hit this move outside of the ring. And that's it for this episode. Tune in tomorrow night where that man will put his tag titles on the line against Private Party. Cody Rhodes defends the TNT title against Sammy Guevara. Britt Baker will be facing off versus Penelope Ford, and lots of other superstars in action. Thanks for watching. Peace.